Hi you guys, and welcome to Velvet Bite Softly with Teeth. Okay, this game, this is not the first time I've played the demo. As in, if you guys recall the name Softly with Teeth, I was a Kickstarter that came out several years ago. And it was supposed to be a visual novel that was supposed to be released. It was quite some time ago, a couple years, and for a very long time there was no updates. There was nothing. We were begging, because I remember also trying, like, I supported this game, you know, like I donated. I was so disappointed that we were getting no updates. And then there was an update that it was just not going to continue. Whatever the reason was, like, I don't want to say the reason because I don't remember it precisely, but it was like people didn't want to do the project, or there was a money issue. Whatever the reason, they decided to go with this company who either bought them out or just took over the project. And now the characters do not look at all like the original characters, which is fine. Like, it's not that I'm upset, because this game does look really pretty. The art looks beautiful. That's not the problem. I think the problem was that we were kept in the dark so long, and then it was like, oh, actually this company's helping, which is great, but it was just a lack of updates. We would have preferred any updates rather than nothing. Years later, the money's gone. Much later that year, here's a demo for a game because another company decided to pick it up. That doesn't... Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna start this because I want to see, you know, you guys can watch the original Softly with Teeth, but I'm gonna see how this one vibes. MeliZ. I still have like... October 31st, 20XX. It's 4 p.m. and I'm standing in front of Robin's mansion. Every inch of the facade is crammed with Halloween decorations. It is festive, no doubt, but in a way it mirrors Robin perfectly. Luckily, no invitees arrived at the mansion yet. With the selfie stick clutched in my hand, I swung around to grab a video of the whole scene. Satisfied, I lowered the camera, but a wave of fearful realization crashed over me. What if everyone at the party stared at me? It's okay, MeliZ, you can do this. I kept repeating the magic word I'd been mumbling the whole walk over. I felt a slight surge of energy. I reached out and knocked on the door. Thump thump, the sound echoed down the street, mirroring the frantic rhythm of my own heart. A tense moment transpired before the door creaked open, revealing a towering figure shrouded in green. My breath hitched for a moment, but then a wave of relief washed over me as I recognized the familiar face beneath the monstrous mask. Happy Halloween! Now what brings the beautiful fairy to the camp of monsters? He is very hot. I don't even think he's a romanceable character. Now I'm very upset. Why would you do this to me? A fairy thirsty for entertainment never turns down an invitation. Why haven't we seen our character yet? Robin, decked out like Frankenstein, let out a booming laugh that dissolved into a goofy chuckles. I grinned back, warmed by his friendly greeting. As he approached, Robin pulled me in for a gentle hug. Hey MeliZ, it's been a while, hasn't it? I almost forgot what a dazzling fairy looks like in person. You look fantastic. Glad you could make it here today. Hey Robin, it's good to see you too. Well, not everyone has arrived yet. There are no set rules here, so feel free to explore. Certainly. After a quick exchange, I stepped inside the house, soft music wafting just beyond the door. This is definitely different. Robin's mansion remained much the same as I remembered from childhood, fostering a sense of calm as I settled into a corner of lavishly decorated party hall. The interior mirrored the grand exterior in its opulence. The inside is quite cozy. I hope it stays quiet. They should show like an image of her, or like her character or something. Eyes glued to my phone screen as always, I mumbled under my breath. filming video diaries was my therapist's suggestion, which soon became a way to release the pressure building inside me. Back then, I just needed a safe space, and video diaries became my personal hibernation. Oh shit, your voice? Is this le voice asking? Well, hello there, beautiful fairy. Finding yourself alone this evening? It looks like it's daytime. I'll be so honest with you. Outside, there is no darkness. But that's okay. I like your costume. I don't think you're my type, though. I'm gonna be so honest with you, honey bunches of oats. A man dressed as a vampire placed a bowl of candies on the table. I instinctively sat up straighter. Who? This is Count Dracula. Oh, never mind. You talk. My bad. Sorry, you guys. He wants to talk, so you guys can just read his thing. Nice to meet you. I'm a forest fairy from the national park. Wait, are we actually like these things? Are we actually the monsters? I thought this was like a Halloween party. It was a Halloween party before. What? Are we not? Are we just playing the role? I don't know. I don't know. Aren't vampires supposed to be in cities after human blood? I'm not gonna speak over this guy because like good voice acting? Yeah, no. He smiled brightly and handed me a glass of wine. Oh, are we just all role-playing? I don't know. Are we all role-playing? Because okay, so he handed me a glass of wine and he's like, here you go, a glass of elixir, perfect for a beautiful fairy. I don't know. Thank you. Enjoy. What are we doing? Count Dracula bowed politely before moving on to step onto the other tables. I sipped my wine. The burst of flavor from the candies momentarily drew my attention away from my longing for the party to be over. We just got here! Didn't this man say that, hey, no one's here yet because it just started? What do you mean you're longing for the party to be over? Okay, girl, I understand, like, parties aren't my thing, but, like, I slapped myself in the face, last at least a good 10 minutes, and I kind of feel out the vibe. If I'm like, okay, why are you laughing?
Because you're such an introvert. You're such an introvert.
Look.
Your introvert is showing.
Oh my god. But she just walked in. Like, you gotta be polite. You gotta be, like, polite, have a best friend, get ready to call you, or just have, like, a alarm that sounds like, okay, here's what you do. This is a trick that I used to do. You set up an alarm. You kind of time yourself out to when you're going to want to leave, okay? Or, like, the vibes, right? You're gonna switch your alarm to a different noise. It is going to be the noise of a phone call. You are going to wait and just have the phone very loud. You're gonna have a normal conversation. You're gonna act like you want to be there, smile, this and that, and you know that alarm is gonna go off. And you're going to make sure that the screen is low or like it's dimmed, right? Because there is a way to have your thing dimmed. And then, or you can get those kind of phone case things where it's like if you're in a certain angle, you can't see the person's screen. Anyways, like I'm saying, you answer quote unquote the call, and then you're like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I totally forgot that was tonight. We don't want any bad juju, so we're not going to say there's like an accident or something. We are just going to say that we misremembered a event, and we're gonna hang up the call. You're gonna look at the host, or you're gonna look at preferably the host. You're gonna be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I kind of bailed. You're gonna come up with a random name. I need to go. I'm so sorry. I thought tonight I was free, but I'm not. I actually have to do this other thing. I'm so sorry. Oh, I wish I could stay longer. Maybe if I get the other thing done, I could come back. Is that okay? Boom, you're free. Doesn't matter. You're free. Sorry, that took way too much talking. The wine had taken its toll. The room tilted sharply as I stood, and I stumbled towards the hallway. A stranger's voice cut through the haze, but was lost in the fog. I sneaked out of the party hall and headed for the restroom, which was around the corner on the right side of the hallway. Oh no. Unfortunately, the first floor restrooms were already full. I thought you said... I don't know. 10 minutes passed when the line showing no signs of shortening. It seems the vastness of the mansion couldn't accommodate the sheer number of partygoers needing a break. Unless I didn't understand. Maybe he said, like, it's okay, there's a bunch of people. I don't recall him saying that, but maybe I just don't remember shit. I'm sure there's an available restroom on the second floor. Please don't go to someone's second floor of their house without, like, it actively being, like, okay to go there. I would never. To be fair, I wouldn't even be here this long, but still. The efforts of having to go up and down the stairs would deter some people, hoping for a shorter line. I climbed the stairs to use the second floor restroom, but my plan was derailed when a man in a devil costume grabbed my wrist. What's the meaning of this? Oh no, he's fine. That's mine. I'm dibs. His name is Sebastian. He's in a suit. He has little horns. He's supposed to be a devil and he's wearing purple. I have 3 weaknesses. Dark, tall men in purple. In suits named Sebastian. Those are my weaknesses. Specifically. Stop what? You see girl? This is why you don't go upstairs on the second floor. That's so rude. When we would have parties, not even parties, those family gatherings, even my own family wasn't allowed on the second floor when we used to live in the second floor. That is so... There's something... I had to put a doggy gate at this point. Girl, maybe they should put doggy gates because obviously... Whatever, I don't care. I wish, but the restrooms on the first floor are full. You're getting yourself into something you'll regret big time. What could be more regrettable than standing here and embarrassing myself? He can't tell me? Okay, you're drunk. I mean, okay. Okay, that's fine. Well, duh, if I can't get to the second floor, do you enjoy watching other people embarrass themselves? Not really? Ooh, he didn't say no, though. Then get off of me! I'm an old friend of the owner of this mansion and I know the layout well. I don't know what you're worried about, but it's not going to happen. Dude, I don't know, man. He doesn't look drunk. He's hot. He's tall. Yeah, I don't know. The firm words struck a chord. My firm words struck a chord. The devilish gatekeeper released his grip with a sigh. Restroom, wasting no time. I skipped the remaining steps. Thankfully, the restrooms were empty as I hoped, because everyone else was not rude and they were willing to wait. Although I had a small mishap, I managed to get it under control. If I hadn't made it in time, I might never have seen Robin's face again. Continuing my video diary, I walked down... You're just recording yourself? Okay, whatever, I don't care. I walked down the quieter hallway on the second floor, which was a nice welcome change from the bustling party atmosphere downstairs. Having spent some time at the party, I felt like I'd fulfilled my obligation to Robin for the invitation. As I explored freely, I didn't realize until the 5th identical statue that I had been feeling a strange sense of unease. This is weird. Why do I feel like I'm walking in circles? If I turned right there had to be stairs leading down to the party hall, but every time I did, I ended up back in the same hallway. Maybe I'm still drunk? You drank? I guess, I don't remember either. Perhaps resting in one of the guest rooms would clear my head. I opened the door to the room and stepped inside. The door closed automatically. It's dark, I can't see anything. The room plunged me into absolute darkness as if a thick cloth had been slammed over my eyes. The stale air carried a metallic tang from the lack of maintenance. My fingertips explored the wall for the switch. I turned the lights on when I found it. A bright light burst from the ceiling and blinded me. I blinked several times to adjust to the light, but then... Huh? Oh, that's like nice art, but why do we have pink... Wait, we have pink hair? Wait, what? Right, I remembered I smelled similar to rusty metal. Blood smelled similar to rusty metal, and a woman laid on the bed, devoid of color. Sickening amount of blood pooled around the neck of a woman, leaving a dark velvet stain on the otherwise pristine white sheets of the bed. The volume of blood loss spoke an unsurvivable injury. Is she... The selfie stick stumbled from my grasp, clattering to the soft carpet. Thud. The sound jolted me back to reality. A cold dread replaced the alcohol heat. I had to get out now, but now I threw open the door, ready to bolt, but my escape was cut short. Ugh. 2 arms slammed down from behind me, muffling a scream in my throat. Panic surged through me as I clawed at the unseen attacker, desperate to break free, but their grip was like a vice, pinning me to the spot with an inhuman strength. A searing pain erupted in the back of my neck, and the rush of icy liquid spread through my veins. Crap. Oh. It's because they're supposed to be all vampires, so okay. Then the darkness engulfed my vision. See, now it's nighttime. A soft fluorescent tickled my nose. I struggled to open my eyes. Slowly blurring shapes began to resolve into the familiar pattern of my childhood bedroom ceiling in Robin's mansion. What had happened? I couldn't remember. I must have had too many drinks that my head throbbed with a dull ache. Our childhood bedroom? What? MeliZ, are you awake? Wait, is this like... Oh, don't tell me this is like her dad. Well, at least I'm not related to him. I can find him hot. Robin, why am I here? Forrest said you were passed out on the floor. Forrest? He's the young guy who helped me organize this party. He was dressed as a vampire and... Oh, the one from the national park? Yeah, he was checking the empty rooms when he spotted you. He treated you and called me. Wait, hold on. I saw a dead body in the room, I swear. A dead body? Robin's face darkened. I'm not lying. I smelled blood everywhere. The sheets were soaked red, and then there was this woman dead on the bed, and it was the killer who knocked me out. I see. You must have been very scared. We have to call the cops. The killer's running around wild out there. I understand. You should come down first. It's not the time. You don't believe me, do you? Robin calmly patted me on the back. MeliZ, why would I doubt you? Look, after Forrest found you a little out of it, I decided to check on everything myself. I went through each room on the second floor. Most were empty, and there was only one with someone in it. And guess what? Wine-soaked sheets. That's all. And the body was... She was just fast asleep on her stomach. Probably looked like she was dead to the world, which I assume is what freaked you out. That woman is peacefully snoozing, snoring in the next room. If you're still feeling like a detective, why don't you go check on her? I followed Robin to the next room. Robin knocked politely on the door. It slowly opened, revealing the person I least expected.
許可もなしに女性の寝室を訪問すること、失礼だということはご存知ですよね。
You can see her fangs. We're so sorry to intrude, Madison. Rest assured we'll be off as soon as we make sure you're alright. Madison, you also came to the Halloween party?
確認したならさっさと出てって。安否なんて縁起でもない。
My roommate Madison pouted. Creep? Look who's the creep! I looked at the girl returning to the bed, and in the shock of seeing a dead body, I couldn't make out her face. However, her clothing and body size were similar to the person I'd seen before I passed out. She was pale but breathing regularly and sleeping soundly. You were right, Robin. I must have been mistaken. Madison, I'm so sorry to have bothered you in the middle of the night. I'll just head back to my room. Well then, get some rest, Madison. I wished Madison a good night and left the room. Where did my phone go? I followed Robin down to the first floor. Because I had dropped my selfie stick, the phone fell from the clamp and was lost. I began cautiously exploring the empty rooms in search of my phone, remembering to knock the door in case someone was inside. After searching a few rooms, I heard a cat meowing from the top of a display cabinet. Could that be? Don't tell me, Eve? Eve, a Persian cat, yawned and leaped down to me. No, I told you I'm not your ladder. Meow. My forehead throbbed from the swat Eve delivered, looking like someone missed their favorite can opener. I pet Eve's bushy fur as she purred contentedly. An object fell from Eve's mouth, and the clatter on the floor drew my attention. What did you steal this time? Meow. The thing Eve smuggled was... Who the fuck is that? I don't know. An old pocket watch. Yeah, let's go see Sebastian. No idea who this belongs to. I guess I'll have to send a group message later. A group message? I don't fucking know, man. I feel like I'm so out of like the loop of what is going on here. I teased the burglar cat with a gentle flick on her snout, but put the thing away in my pocket. Maybe I could return it during the party if I had the chance. By the way, do you happen to know where my phone is, Mr. Cat? Meow. You hid it, didn't you? Where did you put it? Meow. Eve shot down the hall with a sharp meow, demanding me to follow. Eve was a smart cat, more cunning than any other feline I know, except when it came to stealing. Nodding to myself, I followed her to the study. Eve led the way to the study. It was filled with antique books, a space completely unrelated to the party. I couldn't sense any sign of someone else here. I scanned the shelves, focused particularly to the bottommost ones. But I couldn't find my phone despite scrutinizing the entire room. I looked everywhere, Eve. Might have stashed my phone. Where could it be? Meow. Eve cried happily, her tail swishing back and forth, clearly enjoying the game of treasure hunt. Hey, I asked you where my phone is, you cute furry thief. Eve, playful meows echoed into the room as she leaped from one shelf to another. Eventually, she leaped towards a man in the devil costume. He didn't seem surprised by her sudden behavior and casually caught her up and sat her down on the floor. Are you the devil from the suitcase? From the staircase? I can't read. Oh, hello, my good sir. I have already put claims on you. Sorry. It happens, man. Hello, fairy lady. He greeted me with a nonchalant expression. Despite his elaborate Halloween costume, he looked utterly out of place, and I love that for him. Technically, that is my type. When I saw my partner, he was out of place. He looked like a rat man, and I'm like, yes, that is my future husband. Am I wrong?
No. I just didn't know you would announce it to the world.
Well, I love you though.
I love you too.
He also had rats, so it was even better.
I miss my rats.
I know we'll get more rats.
Eventually.
Yeah.
They're super sweet.
They're so
Don't judge
sweet.
rats.
They're so sweet and they're squishy. And I want to squeeze them.
No.
It's holding them. It's because I don't know. Sometimes like squishy things you want to squish, but I love them. Anyways, why did you say that earlier? That I should stop or else I would regret. You mistook me for a different person? Nah, fam, no you didn't. I had pink hair. Can't really mistake pink hair bitches. You didn't look drunk at all. Ha ha ha, you're lying, obviously. How does a drunk person speak so clearly like that? He doesn't even know. The man blinked at me, dazed. Wait, did his cheeks just flush or am I imagining things? He coughed briefly, then pulled a business card out of his wallet and held it out to me. Oh, the way he says Sebastian is nice. The National Institute of Archaeology, exploring secret tombs and uncovering mysteries. Can I introduce you to Venture? They're great. Tell me more.
過去を推論できる遺跡や遺物を発見したら、それを分析し、解釈する。分析と解釈は長くて退屈な過程なので、忍耐力が必要だ。
Holy shit, 10 years?
例えば、10年前に調査チーム
I
が
read
発見
ahead,
さ
I'm
れた遺跡
sorry.
はまだ分析が終わっていない。
What artifact? He fell silent for a moment at my question. He spread his hands wide.
普通に教えたら面白くないだろう。当ててみるといい。質問のチャンスは10回だ。
Is he flirting with me? There are no mysteries if I tell you everything, right? Why don't you give it a guess? Think of me as the artifact, and you'll get 10 questions to ask. But I was not asking about you. Let me flirt. The way I flirt. Don't just... Oh my god. Is it big?
いや、手のひらくらいの大きさ。
Oh, is it the size of your palm? Is it a living thing?
無生物だ。
Can you cook with it?
いや、料理はできないな。
Can you do math with it?
計算もできない。
Can you observe celestial bodies with it?
できない。
Does your object record history?
いや、
Can it give directions?
わからない。
Can it tell the time?
ああ、時間は測れ
It's the pocket watch. It's the fucking pocket watch. Ancient clocks measured time with water, shadows, or sand. However, my water clocks and sundials were typically bulky and wouldn't fit in one hand, so it's an hourglass.
正解だ。
What the fuck? Oh, never mind. I guess it's not a pocket watch. My bad. What does it look like?
金属製のとても美しい赤い砂が入っているんだ。時計の表面にはルーン文字が刻まれている。
But an hourglass isn't exactly a difficult object to interpret.
みんながお前のように思った。ところが発見して間もなく気がついたんだ。
What is that? What's so strange?
あの時計の砂は動かない。重力の影響から脱しているんだよ。
I mean, that's kind of cool. Isn't that sand simply clumped together and hardened?
そう思って調べた結果、ガラスの中に湿気はなかった。砂が固まって砂岩になったわけでもない。
So it almost an opart? What is opart? What is that? I'm gonna Google that. I don't know what that is. Opart? An out-of-place artifact. That's what it's called? An out-of-place artifact? What the fuck? Sebastian nodded cautiously, intrigued by mysterious stories like this. I hoped he would continue, but he glanced at his watch and waved me off.
失礼。
Oh.
もう行かなくては。探しているものは携帯だったか。B列11番の本棚だ。
Cool. As Sebastian pointed out, my phone was nestled on shelf 11 in Zone B, third row from the bottom. How on earth did Eve get in here? I grabbed the phone, grumbling. The leather case wrapped around the phone was marred with Eve's bite marks. I carefully pulled out a photo from the inner lining of the case. The corner of the photo was scorched, but thankfully no holes were punctured. I'm glad it's okay. I should laminate it so it doesn't get ruined. Wide smiles beamed from the man and woman in the photo, dressed in Christmas sweaters and a Santa hat. They stood around the little girl, frowning as if on the verge of whining, cautiously put the photo away. It's almost time. One by one, the merrymakers began to head home. I grabbed my purse from my seat and was getting up when a man dressed as a vampire approached me.
Yeah, 妖精のお嬢さん。
Thank you,
Party
Mr.
は楽しかったですか？
Vampire. I enjoyed it. It was hella fun. Yeah. I somewhat did. I should have avoided getting carried away with the drinks. He smiled when he heard my response and offered me a chocolate-covered ice cream. What the fuck? Hell yeah!
二日酔いから助けてくれる魔法のデザートです。どうぞ。
Thank you. Oh my god, you're so sweet. I'm sorry. You're too smiley for me. Honestly, you know, it's the trauma, honey. It's not you. It's my trauma. Thank you, Forrest.
あれ、いつの間に僕の名前。
Robin did. He told me that you found me passed out and carried me to a safe place. Thank you.
ああ、それに関しては気にしないで。レディのピンチを救うのは伯爵の心得ですから。
Never mind. He's kind of cute. He's kind of growing on me because he just called me like a lady. Like, he's like, I can't overlook a lady's hardships. And I'm like, whoa, actually? A nightmare? Wait, what did he say? Okay.
ええ。悪夢はストレスによるものが多いですから。もしひどかったらカウンセリングとかおすすめですよ。僕の知り合いもそれで良くなったんです。
Yeah, therapists work. Don't worry about it. I know a skilled therapist myself. In fact, he recommended me to come to this party. He said I shouldn't keep avoiding people. That's so funny because my therapist said it's okay to avoid people and I don't need to make more friends. Ha! I'm sorry.
そう。ならよかった。
The dessert he gave me tasted as if a whole cacao nut had been blended in, so sweet and so bitter that my tongue ached. Whoever made this clearly did not know of anything about balancing flavors. That sounds like something a vampire would do. They don't know nothing about no chocolate. It was a pleasure to meet you, Forrest. I barely touched the ice cream and pushed the bowl away. I stood up, leaving it behind. I don't trust it. Maybe it was like a memory thing. The party's finally over. I'm exhausted. I drank too much and passed out. And when I woke up, I didn't have my phone with me. That was because Eve stole my phone and hid it. To find it, I had to search every corner of the mansion. The ice cream I had at the party tasted awful. My tongue still tingles from the bitter taste. Ah! Suddenly, a piercing scream swallowed the mansion. Oh no. Thank you for playing the demo. That was it? I'm sorry. I'm being like... I'm not trying to be super critical. I really not. But like the MC, like the main character, literally looked like her. Like this person right here to the right. And she was moody, but like in an attractive moodiness. I was like, I remember playing Softly with Teeth, and this character that was supposed to be her roommate, she was like kind of mean, but it wasn't like in a mean like way. It was kind of like a tsundere, right? Like, yeah, like where the Peter's just not.
Where they're like, they don't want affection, but they do.
Yeah, she was like that, and I was just like, oh man, she's winning me over. The only person that wasn't my type was, I think it's Yvonne. That she wasn't my type. It's not anything about her. She just isn't my type. But she was like, the roommate was like my jelly, like my peanut butter and jelly, perfect. And then I don't even recall what he was supposed to be. Let me look. I'm gonna look to the side to see like what were their counterparts. Because I still have the original ones. Oh my god, I just saw the original ones. Yeah, I definitely was like, this one is gonna be my bish. I knew the moment I saw her, I'm like, my bish. Because she was like, she was nice. But like, we don't even have that. I'm like looking at this. There's like the demo, but this is like I'm like reading something. Hold on. Yeah, they only have like the old demo and you have to, and it's like a pre-order thing. That sucks. It was from 2019. Holy shit. Just so you guys know, that's like when I donated to this. Anyways, this was just a demo. I kind of just wanted to see what happened to this game. I don't think I will play it. Here's one thing. When a visual novel has a wall of text with not even the character standing in the screen, it makes it look very like you wanna, even though it's a lot of reading, I don't mind all that reading, but like there has to be something going on the screen, whether it's our character just standing there or anything. Something has to be. Just having the background like that isn't the greatest thing, and there's like 7 sentences. It's not the greatest feeling to go through. I've played tons of visual novels, and I feel like this is the only game I've seen with like a wall of text. Even other games where they didn't have the character standing in the frame and it was a wall of text, they had like music that went according to what we were reading. There was like small details. I do appreciate that a company did come up and take over the Softly with Teeth, but I feel like the original feeling of the old game. Let me see if I can bring it in, because I am just recording my screen. Let me see if I can bring it up. This is what the original characters look like. Here we go. There we go. So this was Softly with Teeth, the original one. I do think you might recall this, but this was our original girl. This was her MC. She showed up on the screen. This is Yvonne. This is Madison. That was this guy right here, and this was the guy. He was like a werewolf, but not really in the game. But they're all vampires. So I'm going to guess this guy is supposed to be this guy is supposed to be this guy, and these two are obviously those two characters. Again, there was something special about this kind of game. I was really okay with the setting, with what they were going through with the plot, and yeah, I think I'm just kind of a little disappointed. Again, I hope it does well. I hope we get some sort of a game as a reward after so many years, even if it's just this. I just feel so bad for all the people who were looking forward to it, that had faith, that put so much money towards it, and silence. It's not because when we do Kickstarters, like when we donate to Kickstarters, we always know that there's a chance that it cannot be completed. But if they're transparent about it, we're okay if that isn't able to be completed. We sign like a waiver when we accept, purchasing an item. But just keeping us in the dark and then just coming up with being like, hey, actually years later, sorry, it's canceled, and then later that year, actually we're gonna do this. And I know they were trying to do that to make up for everything, but it was just a lack of transparency. Yeah, anyways, yeah, it's a mess and a half. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, this is just a one video. I just wanted to feel for it. I don't know, I think I don't know, I wanted to play something that was just like, well, let's just see what happened with it. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching this. I'm so sorry if it didn't seem like I was like, I don't know. I hope you guys have a good night. I'll see you in my next video, my next live stream. Have a good night.